Gunshots cracked through the glass walls before anyone could react. Adrian Voss didn't flinch. Security agents lunged forward, shouting into comms, dragging executives to the floor as alarms screamed across the skyscraper. A second shot shattered the conference screen behind him, fragments raining down like glittering knives. "Sir, we need to move," one guard barked. Adrian remained still, eyes fixed on the man at the far end of the room, the one holding the gun. Calm, focused, smiling. "You built your empire on lies, Voss," the man shouted. "Today the truth burns it down." Adrian's voice cut through the chaos, cold and controlled. "Then you've already lost." The gunman hesitated, just for a second. That was enough. A sharp crack echoed again, but this time it wasn't the attacker. Security neutralized him instantly. A silence followed, heavy, suffocating. Everyone stared at Adrian. Perfect posture, perfect composure, perfect air. But inside, something had already begun to fracture. Because the attacker wasn't wrong. The empire was built on a lie, and Adrian Voss was the biggest one of all. Hours later, the city buzzed with headlines. "Attack on Voss Industries!" "Assassination attempt foiled. Adrian Voss unshaken." Unshaken. That word echoed in Adrian's mind as he stood alone in the penthouse office, staring at his reflection in the glass. Unshaken. He slowly raised a hand, then stopped midway. The reflection didn't feel like his. "Still doubting?" A voice came from behind. Adrian didn't turn. "I handled it," he said flatly. Alistair Voss stepped into the room, his presence filling the space like a storm. "You handled it well. It's as expected." There was no warmth in his tone, only assessment, only ownership. Adrian finally turned. "They're getting closer." Alistair's expression didn't change. "Let them." That man knew something. "No," Alistair said sharply. "He suspected something. There's a difference." A pause stretched between them. Adrian stepped closer. "And when suspicion turns into proof?" Alistair's eyes hardened. "It won't. Not if you remember who you are." The words hit like a command, not reassurance. Adrian's jaw tightened. "You mean who I'm supposed to be?" Silence. For a moment, just a moment, something flickered in Alistair's gaze, then it vanished. "You are Adrian Voss," he said firmly. "My son, my heir. Nothing else matters." Adrian let out a quiet breath, almost a laugh, but there was no humor in it. "Did nothing else matters?" he repeated. Alistair stepped closer, lowering his voice. "Do you have any idea what happens if the truth gets out?" Adrian didn't answer. "Everything collapses," Alistair continued. "The board turns. Investors pull out. Rivals tear us apart. This empire survives because of perception." "And me?" Adrian asked quietly. "What happens to me?" Alistair didn't hesitate. "You were never meant to exist outside this role." That was it. That was always it. Adrian looked away, his reflection staring back at him again. Controlled, composed, hollow. "Then maybe that's the problem," he muttered. Alistair's voice sharpened. "Watch yourself." But Adrian didn't stop. "For once, I'd like to know what it feels like to be real." The room went cold. Alistair stepped forward, his presence suffocating. Real doesn't win wars. Real doesn't build empires. I gave you everything you need to survive." "You gave me a life that isn't mine," Adrian snapped, the first crack in his perfect image. Silence slammed into the room. Both of them froze. Adrian's breathing was uneven now, controlled but barely. Alistair studied him carefully. "This is fear talking." "No," Adrian said, voice low. "This is me talking." Another pause, longer this time. Then Alistair turned away, as if the conversation bored him. "You're tired. Get some rest. Tomorrow we address the board. You will stand there as Adrian Voss. Nothing changes." Adrian didn't respond. "Nothing," Alistair repeated before walking out. The door closed, and just like that, Adrian was alone again. That night, sleep never came. Adrian sat in the dark, replaying everything on the attack, the words, the reflection, the truth. A soft knock broke the silence. "Come in," Adrian said. The door opened slowly, revealing Elena, his personal assistant, the only person who spoke to him like he was human. "You should be resting," she said gently. "I'm not tired." "That's not true." Adrian glanced at her. "You always think you know what I'm feeling." Elena stepped closer. "Not always. But tonight, it's obvious." He looked away again. "Everyone saw how calm you were today," she continued. "They think you're unbreakable. They're wrong. I know." That made him look at her. Really look. "You know?" he asked quietly. Elena nodded. "Because I've seen what you hide." A beat passed. Then Adrian spoke, barely above a whisper. "If they find out, everything ends." Elena didn't hesitate. "Then not everything." "You don't understand." "Then make me understand." Adrian hesitated. This was dangerous. This was forbidden. This was the one truth that could destroy everything. "I'm not," he started, then stopped. Elena waited. No judgment, no pressure, just patience. Adrian exhaled slowly. "I'm not who they think I am." Silence. Heavy. Loaded. Elena didn't react the way he expected. No shock, no confusion, just quiet understanding. "I know," she said softly. Adrian froze. "You... what?" "I've known for a long time." The world tilted. "How?" he demanded. "I pay attention," she replied. "The way you avoid certain things, the way you carry yourself when no one's watching, the way you look at your reflection like it's a stranger." Adrian's chest tightened. "And you never said anything?" he asked. "It wasn't my secret to tell." Another silence. Then Adrian let out a shaky breath. "This isn't just a secret," he said. "It's a prison." Elena stepped closer. "Then why stay in it?" "Because walking out means losing everything. And staying means losing yourself." The words hit harder than anything else that night. Adrian closed his eyes. For the first time in years, he didn't feel in control. "I don't even know who I am anymore," he admitted. Elena's voice softened. "Then maybe it's time to find out." Across the city, in a dimly lit room, someone pressed play on a recording. Hospital records, birth certificates, DNA files. A distorted voice spoke from the shadows. "Adrian Voss," they said slowly. A smirk followed. "Or should we say, Ariana?" The screen flickered, and the countdown began. If this story is already pulling you in, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss what happens next, because the truth is just getting started. And tell me in the comments, if you were in Adrian's place, would you protect the empire or choose your real identity?